Greetings and salutations, folks. I am Saliban, your guide to the survival of humanity. Today we are going to talk about the issue in pollution and recycling, namely soda bottles. See, humanity has for long had this craving for cold drinks served in molten sand that needs to be satisfied. But we are always left with the pesky trash we need to dispose of after enjoying said fizzy liquids. We must pat ourselves on the back for finding ways to reuse the bottles themselves, but what we carelessly pester Mother Earth with is an ingredient in a good bottle of soda that we carelessly throw away in most countries, namely bottle caps. After the atomic bombs fall on October of 2017, survivors will use bottle caps as currency to exchange for goods in the board game that plays out in the world of Fallout. If you have never met Fallout before, it's basically Mad Max high on conspiracy theories and character creation, set in the 50s America. Humanity has nearly destroyed itself in a nuclear war and now is simply surviving in small gangs and settlements all across the radioactive wasteland against mutated wildlife and the villainy of fellow man. If you are familiar with Fallout, then I'm sure you have always wanted to play a multiplayer version where you have branching storylines, different races to choose from, factions to fight or befriend, and you don't take kindly to T-posing, clipping, and popping graphics. The Fallout board game is here to scratch that irradiated itch. A game of Fallout starts with choosing one of 4 conflicts, in which your characters will try to out-prestige the others. These are basically your main quests or wars that your characters will take part in. Take sides and win by reaching enough prestige. Complete branching main story quests, side quests, or even open legendary vaults. It is in these settings that you will explore the dangerous wasteland, fight the fascistical remnants of the United States government, or side with freedom-fighting slaves. Every character comes with their own special rules and gear, also basic attributes, also known as special stats, that can be leveled up during the game, like the Wastelander who sports the mighty tire iron and the Vault Dweller whom is fashionably wearing pajamas. There is a ghoul, a pre-war human who did not have the luck of dying in nuclear holocaust, but lingers on as a mutated rotting walking corpse, old, wise and smelly. Or the super mutant, a controlled mutation devised in a pre-war lab to create the perfect war-fighting organism, let loose on the world he is simply too stupid to comprehend. And finally the Brotherhood outcast, a warrior paladin in power armor, exiled from his people to wander the wasteland in search for dangerous technologies. The main driving force of the game is its story deck of quests cards. When a card is drawn, a random player reads up the story on it, and the active player whom drew it has to choose from the options stated on the card to finish or further the quest, without knowing the outcome beforehand. Sometimes you may have to do special checks, basically skill checks to see if your character can accomplish the chosen task. There may be simple outcomes like looting a corpse or going shopping in a town, but even the most mundane of tasks can lead to great stories. Let me tell you one of mine. You loot a corpse, a pretty normal occurrence in the wasteland, and you find a picture on it depicting a woman, the deceased male, and a letter. You decide that the woman should know the fate of her man companion, so you try to track her down using your letters as lead. You finally find her after some commotion in the Hub, a small trading settlement, where she thanks you, and she gives you the Fat Man thermonuclear rocket launcher she just had laying around collecting dust, giving you a significant advantage in combat and making sure you become a sovereign nuclear military power in the wasteland. The game is playable by 1 to 4 lucky survivors and takes up to 3 hours of radioactive fun. It also has an expansion set you can purchase that adds new storylines and several characters that does not matter because everybody wants to play with Mr. Handy the robotic servant. A bro tip from your friend Saliban: keep your quest deck in the numbered order it is shipped in, or much like its PC version, encounter unwanted bugs that hinder you from continuing a storyline, like not finding quest card 184B. I hope I have piqued your interest in this gem of a board game, and remember folks, sticks and stones may break my bones, but a thermonuclear warhead will solve most of my problems. Oh, and war. War never changes. had to be said.